now the time?
Now's the time.
Is now that do we have to talk to the people now?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, people.
No. Get to talk to them.
Oh, I don't have to talk to the people?
Well, it's a privilege that you get to enjoy.
Oh. Okay. Hi, privilege givers. Going on, Paint Liquor, Ghost Hunter, Fire Arc, Hoosiers, what's going on? What's happening, everybody? Welcome.
Tyrant? Who's the tyrant?
They called Baby J a tyrant yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Tyrannical things.
Oh. I should have known.
I feel like they said he did tyrannical things. I don't know what that means, but I think he actually did like the tyrannical laugh.
Ah.
I was not here for that part because I think that happened while we were gone.
Yeah. Typical
Baby J stuff.
Yeah.
You know, can't be trusted.
Going crazy while there's no supervision.
Can't be trusted, that guy. I'm putting together this guy.
Jordan let the power go to his head.
Yeah, well. Seems about right. Story checks out.
Hoosier said, Fuse, thank you so much for the skin tone tutorial on YouTube. It's a bit old sumo type guy with dark shadow and tan flesh. It came out awesome.
Nice. Yeah, the confidence to do skin is like one of the things that I think leads to a ton of fun in painting for us as hobbyists, because there's just so many cool models that, you know, you really need to be able to paint skin tones reliably before you can enjoy them. This is not one of those, as I am painting Lion L. Johnson.
Lion L, like the letter, like his middle initial is L.
No, E-L. Lion the Johnson.
I like my way better.
He's Lion the Johnson.
Or Lionel. Lionel Johnson.
Like Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Lion the Richie.
Yeah. Eat a lot of Lionels.
The lion is a very important man. So he can be called whatever he wants to be called.
Painlicker said, let's just say he didn't respect lighter shades of red. Who, Jordan? Or Lion L. Johnson?
Oh. This is probably one of those, we told him to paint pink.
Pink. I mean, it's paint liquor, so I'm assuming that a lighter shade of red means that somebody was disrespecting the pink.
As they should.
No. The world needs more pink.
What?
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
A great color.
Pink is not a great color.
Yes, it is.
Horrible.
So did you hate my hair all those years that it was pink?
Chat, what do I say?
Painlicker said that's very much what I'm saying. I am Ray. Hello.
Chat, what's the right answer to her question? Help. I'm blinking twice.
Everybody
Lots of
knows. Jason, big heart attack. Everybody knows
Jason,
that
big heart
pink is the right answer.
Jason,
My 5-year-old daughter will fight you, Fuse. Want to mess with a scrappy 5-year-old?
Probably not. I don't want to be the bane of existence for any 5-year-olds across the world.
Jordan asked for your input and quickly dismissed it.
Again, sounds about right. Checks
right.
out for Monument Hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of dastardly.
That's why he's not here today, maybe. A lot of people left us. Well, 4 of them left us. 5 of them left us. It feels like a lot more. Their absence is very much felt. To be fair, our input was terrible. Hoosier's daughter, every battle sister she paints is pink and purple.
Pink and purple. I mean, it's good. Paint what you like, how you like. Don't get mad at me when I don't paint it plaid or pink.
Punisher said I missed the question. Probably best to just drop it and run through. Cheese it. I turned it up a little, but I don't know.
What's the matter?
That my mic is a little low because you.
I turned it down.
I know you did, and I turned it.
I have to turn it down a lot, so you got to turn it up a lot.
Well, it's like all the way up almost.
You're very quiet over there.
I don't know how. I just need to have the microphone closer, maybe.
You're very quiet. You need a commanding voice.
I get tired by the end of the day. I'm tired.
You got to perform. Dance, monkey, dance.
Lean in and give us that NPR goodness.
I like it when I do that. And then I sing Barry White songs to him.
Yeah. Paint Liquor said, I'll admit I'm curious how your 40K lion will compare with the Heresy one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, first I got to pick a head. I want one of the hooded heads. So do I do the head with the skin just so we have some skin tones on the model? That sounds like the reasonable thing to do, right? I think that's the head. Right.
Hoosiers, I love that.
Yeah, I think we do the one with the hood and the beard and the hair and the face instead of the helmet. I really like the helmet one, but oh well.
Bakamara said magnetize and do both.
No.
And howdy, Baka.
That sounds like more work. I'm lazy. Choose
Definitely
one.
Sounds like more work.
$6 million ways to die. Choose one.
So what is this model? And
it is Lion the Johnson.
And what made you want to paint him? Because you were painting the little...
He fights Red Skull.
Does he?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's Red Skull's mortal enemy.
They go together.
So in the comics, Red Skull, Chibi Red Skull, meets Lion the Johnson, thinking that they would be fast friends. When in reality, Lion the Johnson was pulling one over on him, as the kids say. I don't think the kids say that anymore.
I mean,
but he was just leading him on for information on where the best bathrooms were.
Just grumpy enough, like right now, you're here right now. Is somebody there to help you? They were supposed to.
I'm all up in you. There's nobody at the front desk.
I asked Carter to stay up there. Like, can you please stay until everyone gets back from lunch?
Have fun. Just grab what you like.
Hire someone, not you, to magnetize, and then do both.
So, I think you're failing to see the part about painting both. Doesn't appeal to me. I paint one. Not two, one.
Game Delay said, I would rather paint two of a model than figure out magnets.
Just paint the model again. I'm not doing that either. We've made a choice. The better decision for painting is the hood with the face. I don't like the one that's just the face because it looks too much like the guy from Game of Thrones. Tyrion's dad, Tywin Lannister.
Lumberjack Tim.
Now we got to make a decision. And the decision that we got to make is, do we put the shield on prior to painting? And I think, yeah, because we're not scaredy cats around here. Stupid sub-assemblies. Where's AC Miniatures when you need to chastise somebody? Somebody go get Aaron. Is Aaron streaming? Go get Aaron. Somebody go look and see if AC Miniatures is streaming. If he's streaming, I need you to go in there and tell Aaron that Jason is painting the lion in non-sub-assembled mode.
Paint Liquor said Lion is far more brutal than a comic book villain. No challenge.
Yeah, I don't think the 40K world is really impressed with Spider-Man.
Is Jason speaking truth about the Warhammer Chibi Marvel crossover universe? And Game Delay is on a 45 stream streak.
What?
Yeah.
Game Delay? That is oppressive.
Oppressive or impressive?
Yes.
Strello has sort of an operations question. Do
Sure.
you, as a company, plan on doing artist signature series every year, or will it be more along the lines of when you and a certain artist align paint color-wise?
So the signature series was a thing that we wanted to do briefly. We knew it would be something when we set out that would have an end, right? And so that end is coming, right? Our last two planned for signature sets are the releases that I'm working on right now. I'm formulating the colors. I'll finish up that either tonight, tomorrow, or the weekend. And then we'll have 12 colors, 2 new signature sets, plus an additional 4 special colors. Not special, but released in a special way. But they aren't signature colors, necessarily. And so, yeah, that's then we're kind of done. Then we go back to the colors that Jason likes. My signature sets, as it were.
JP Gray said, wow, this feels like old times, or 3 weeks ago with no Baby J. Yep, he abandoned us again.
That guy.
No Baby J today, tomorrow, or probably Monday. 3 whole days that he left.
Says he wants to be an internet superstar, keeps leaving. Those things don't align, folks. Right now, they are unloading and probably setting up the booth.
They're setting up the booth right now.
I've not seen updates.
I saw just a booth setup is underway.
Oh, cool.
Is all I.
So they made it.
That was at. It was 52 minutes ago.
What was that? Oh, cool.
Philip said booth setup is underway. 52 minutes ago.
52 minutes ago?
Yep.
At 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Wow, they got there late.
I mean, maybe they
probably did lunch first.
Probably ate lunch. They're allowed to do that.
Well, no, and 2, 1, that would be noon. So that's right.
Yeah.
Because Vegas is an hour behind.
Yes.
Right on time.
Tim, my pleasure. I hopefully they've listened.
What's that?
I wrote it. So Tim emailed us and through support and asked for the newest stickers to round out his collection, and because he forgot to put a note on his order.
Uh-huh.
And I was almost worried I missed it because I was really busy, and I'm like, they're not going to get to that yet. I got a day or two to figure it out. And then I was like, oh, they might be sending some of those texture trainers out, so I better get in there and make sure I didn't miss Tim's order. So I put it on a note, like in the computer on the order, and I wrote it on a Post-it and stuck it on the paper. So hopefully you get some...
Tim, if with all that work that she did, if you don't get what you asked for, somebody doesn't like you.
Yeah, they've got it. They've definitely got it out for
I'll
you.
just throw back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Avian, thank you.
And because I would assume that not very many of the people in there are going to recognize Lumberjack Tim in the fulfillment department, other than
Nobody. Signature series is just a gimmick where Monument Hobbies makes paints that I really like and use all the time. I'm looking at you, Dark Magenta.
And put other people's names on them.
Yeah.
Because we know that you are too big of a hero. We can't afford your license fees. That's the thing, though, right? The signature series work really well because I work directly with the artist to make sure, number one, that the colors are something that work very well as Acryl colors and fit in with the line, and that are also things that I would use, you know? And so it's always fun as an experience to do them. I will be sad that we won't, do any more for a while, but they are a lot of fun. Did they stick his feet in it first, or no? They put it.
Ghost Hunter said my favorite signature series is Signature Series Lord Commander Gentastic.
Yeah.
6 bottles of pink.
Yeah.
Fluorescent pink, I should say.
That seems about right. Checks out.
Avian, who put Baby J in the corner? I'm in the corner. I'm sitting in the corner. I'm not Baby J.
That is Jen, by the way. Maybe you've not met her. She owns the joint. Jen tells us all what to do.
Oh, the other corner. He's all the way in the corner in Vegas. JP Gray is sitting in a parking lot waiting to have lunch with Liz. Oh, that's so nice. Did you buy her lunch?
He ran out of cash, so he had to go to find Liz for lunch.
I gotta wait for Liz. Oh, just got grumpy enough. Okay. we saw that you said you were here, and we're like, are you here right now? And is anyone helping you?
You requested that I hug your order. You're not sure your request was granted? What?
Of course it was.
I hug every order. Why am I always so tired?
Texture Trainer is cool. Are you printing those in-house?
Yes.
We are.
Yep.
The fluorescents are very bright. Yes,
Mr. Brennan.
Huh?
I said Mr. Brennan does all of our print organization and all that stuffs.
Tim said I put a note on when news dropped and didn't get them then. Yeah, well, sometimes they don't read the notes.
Well, the notes don't always come through.
Yeah, they also don't always come through.
The system, I think, like rejects the note if you put it on during the cart.
Yeah.
As opposed to checkout.
Yes, it has to be at checkout.
But it gives you a note field at both, and we can't remove that. It kind of becomes a bummer. But, Baca says, can you explain the preference for that glue over something like Tamiya extra thin cement? I only ever use super glue. Our own. That's why we make ProAffix without labels.
Just grumpy. Bye. Have a good lunch. It's so nice to see you. JP Gray, too. All these guys taking their wives out to lunch. Want to know what I had for lunch today? Nothing. I had work.
You had work for lunch?
Yeah.
I had a cup of noodles.
I know you did.
Were you jealous?
I mean, a little. Did you see Tim's...
I sat and talked to all of the crew.
I know, I saw that. Did you see Tim's Roy Thomas signed Wolverine Pez in Discord that he posted?
No. I did not.
We are super busy today because 5 people are gone at LVO, which means Jason and I have a lot of work to do.
My whole day, meetings, build the lion, meetings. Well, I don't have meetings after this. But
we don't have the microwavable cup of noodles. We have you have to put hot water in it or it will melt.
Yeah, the foam cup. Yeah. Put it in the microwave. That'd be sloppy.
If he sold cards today so he can afford food. Always good.
Is that a day-by-day math thing? Sold no cards? Starve. The life of a Pokevan owner.
It did work all morning, so I could afford the 45 minutes it takes to have lunch. I love this new business owner, JP Gray.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
JP, for the entirety of the life that we've known him, has just been internet troll.
Yeah.
Now he is
mostly
Pokevan,
lovable internet troll.
Responsible Pokevan owner. Have you posted in the Discord, JP, pictures of the van? Did I miss that?
He said it was going to take like 2 weeks.
What's that?
I don't think it's done yet.
Oh, it's getting wrapped?
Yeah, it's getting wrapped.
Oh, gotcha. So you don't even have it. What a drag. I can't imagine that, right? I'd be all excited, and then you gotta wait.
How does it take 2 weeks to wrap a van?
It's big. And they gotta do it when the Poke Police aren't around. Because he's not officially authorized to have a Pokevan.
Probably true.
The Pokemon Company, he's got to keep it out of their eyes. They can't see it.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty large van, so you're going to hide it very well. The horn for this van better be Pokemon themed.
So, hey, JP, don't get all jealous, but one of our sculptors is a official sculptor for the Pokemon Company.
Oh.
She does a lot of the toy sculpts for Pokemon. Pokemon toys.
Is there a Monument Hobbies wrapped van? There is not.
No. We've talked about it in the past, but we don't
had-
have a company van anymore.
We did have a van, and we called it the Nerd Box, and it had the Hobby Nerd license, but no wrap. Would 100% need to have Wizard Butt on the back doors.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I had it to do over again, the license plate would be Wizard Butt.
Wizard Butt.
I don't know how. Do we have enough letters? Do we have 7 letters in Arizona? We
You
do,
just-
right?
I think you have 7. Yeah.
WZRD Wizard Butt.
Or BTT. I think
BTT. Oh,
BTT is
BTT. You'd
more
probably
fun.
get that past them.
Because it fits with the no vowels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
WZRD
WZRD BTT. Wizard Butt.
I mean, we can get you a new one.
That should be yours. I'll have Hobby Nerd and you'll be Wizard Butt.
Slavic, how's life with everyone out? It's a little rough. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. We're holding things down. We're managing okay.
It's rough since she heard that she has to now be called Wizard Butt.
I have to drive around with Wizard's Butt on my license plate. YGM monologuing. Monologuing. Is that right?
Yes.
Monologuing? Oh, it's just so long. Good afternoon.
You got me monologuing.
You got me monologuing. Okay. I feel like I should have known that. I don't know why it was looking so strange.
The van has to be an old school GMC Vandura with a 70s styled airbrush unicorn. I feel like she would drive that and not even care what the license plate said.
I would drive that.
It's like an old disco van with like heart-shaped bubble windows in the back.
Yes.
Jen's in. You got her.
I'm in.
You got her.
JP wants a Pokemon sculpted. I don't know what the Onward van is.
What?
Slavic said it should be an exact copy of the Onward van. I don't know what that is.
All right. He's got some midgets that go with him, but I'm not painting those. Right now.
Oh, it's a movie. Okay. I have not seen it.
The horn for this band better be Pokemon themed, like the theme song. Booker, your timing is perfect. This is what we're doing. This is what we doing. Oh, this is what we doing?
Wizard Butt is available in Illinois. Let me go check with the wife.
I need to see pictures of everybody that gets Wizard's Butt in your state, right? That would be awesome.
If you get Wizard Butt on your license plate, I will send you a bottle of Wizard Butt for free. How's that?
And pay shipping? Look at
Yeah,
us.
I'll even cover the shipping.
I don't know if you know much about Jen,
I never give stuff away.
but
so this is
Jen
a
never
big
gives
deal.
stuff away. She yells at us for giving stuff away, so everybody go get this license plate quick, because this may never happen again
I
in
need
your
photos
lifetime.
of it on the back of your car. I don't want to just see it hanging on a wall. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, everybody can get a fake license plate.
Yeah. They're all like, ooh, I might do that. Can I convince Mrs. DeLay?
All right, I'm not putting the wing things
What is
on the backpack
happening
because I
right
think those
here?
look dumb. We're not
What
doing
is
that.
going on? Look at
It's
chat.
bots.
This is all bots?
Yeah, it's bots.
How do I stop it?
We've been bot spammed.
Oh
That's
my
why they do that.
Gosh. Welcome, fellow bots. What the? Is it gonna read? Or is it gonna say that the whole time? Like, for
Yeah,
all
we
of
just
it?
got botted.
Oh my god.
People have been doing crazy stuff in Twitch now. Yeah. So, there you go.
How
Hey,
do I
somebody
make it?
likes
Oh,
us.
we're gonna hear that a million times.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me go down to
Hey, somebody likes us.
I paid that one guy to get you more followers. You're welcome. Punisher. Living
Hey,
up to your
somebody
name. That's
likes us.
punishment for sure. Oh boy.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Some people who
That's
have
not
weird
right
hobbies.
either. Here, I'm just gonna mute this for now.
Okay.
We have to listen to it, but they don't.
Okay.
I can't remember where it is. Main, ATEM. Where is the dang?
That was exciting. I mean, should I just go in and ban all of them?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't do anything like that.
Okay.
But I can't see where the. 'Cause this is the scene that's on right now, but it's only this main. Where's that one? This one.
Are you guys aren't hearing all of that, are you? All of the somebody likes us. Okay, good.
No, they can't hear it. We muted it.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
We'd have to turn the bot off. So. Oh well.
Well. Yeah, what do they gain from this?
Nothing.
This is just weird.
It's like 12-year-olds and
weird.
the first time they learn a bad word.
Yeah. Better than getting swatted like Kenny did. I saw that.
Kenny got threatened with a SWAT, and he recorded the guy live on stream.
$50.
Yeah, for $50.
What is that?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's we have here that.
Yeah, he
shared it all.
he did the called the sheriff and had him on the phone
Yeah.
live, and
Saw that on.
the guy was pretty stupid.
Insta-
Guy was pretty stupid.
Yeah, that was dumb. I'm like watching him because he was like, "Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna look at the camera?" And that's what Kenny was doing, was just looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
just
wrong with people?
stupid people.
Yeah, kudos to him for being. He was super calm.
He held it together really well.
He really did.
I sent him a message after, made sure he felt comfortable leaving his mom at home.
Yeah.
After he was leaving to go to LVO and all that. And he said he
Oh,
had
that's
everything
right.
taken care of. So yeah, I was worried about him and his mom.
Game Delay said, "It's true, we do like you, but I'm not going to compete with bots for your affection. If that's who you want, Sob, then I hope, Sob, you're happy together."
Well, time to accept our robot overlords.
Saw a guy get a level 32 hype train earlier today. What does that mean?
Because he got he got a level 32 hype stream because of the botting? Oh, that's horrible, dude. Well, and if they do it enough, Twitch has changed, but it used to be that Twitch would suspend your account if you had a ton of bot followers because they thought you were buying them. Now with the advent of this, we've got a partner update, and they're not holding streamers accountable if they've been botted like that. So
yeah, that's crazy. Bakamar said it's $500 for a custom plate in Texas that is only valid for 5 years. Wow, that's super expensive. It's like $25 a year here to get a personalized plate.
yeah, it just gets added to the normal fee.
Yeah. The real question is, will I get served a divorce over $500 of paint? Wait. Wizard Butt is available. So if you get divorced, do you have Wizard Butt to fall back on? Ghost Hunter said the streamer put on X they would dye their hair blue if they got 2,000 subs in a day. They got more than that in less than an hour.
They would what?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. The streamer put on X that they would dye their hair blue if they got 2,000 subs in a day, and they got more than that in less than an hour.
Wow.
So apparently
That's
they
crazy.
also have
This
blue
must have
hair.
been somebody that already had a tremendous amount of followers.
Okay, yes, I will send you Wizard Butt. So is one little bottle of Wizard Butt worth it, is what you're asking. Jason would paint shirtless for 2,000 subs, right? Nah.
So tell all your friends, if we get 2,000 subs, I will send out a whole fleet of all-in go bags.
I'd paint pantless for 2,000 subs. I mean, that's what they do anyway here, so. That's just a regular Thursday.
Yeah, that is kind of the way it's done nowadays. Twitch is having to compete with OnlyFans. They had to open it up for all the nonsense.
It's still going.
It's what?
It's still reading out the.
Oh yeah, it was a ton.
Somebody likes us.
It was a ton. Yeah, maybe they just bet on people not having audio setups.
Yeah.
And you can't go. I mean, you could go turn off your stream bot, but.
Well, that was a new experience for a Thursday.
Hope everybody's week is going well. Anybody got anything fun planned for the weekend?
Megalodon, hello.
God, this guy has a lot of nooks and crannies. I'm not gonna lie. It's a neat model. It was okay to put together. If you were ever on the fence about getting the Lion, it went together fairly fast. It's done pretty well.
Chuck, only one explosion today. Well, look at that. It's a good day then.
Said that. Who was it? You said it was a manager that went up and touched raw open hot leads on a CNC machine while it was running? They had a machine running or something. I don't know the whole story. He'll tell us. He had like somebody important in their company like walk up to the machine and there was like raw wires and he touched them and
like electrocuted kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the way he made it sound.
Holy cow. 21 below wind chill tomorrow in Snowbraska. I'm sorry to laugh at your. I'm not laughing at the wind chill. I'm laughing at Snowbraska. Estrella said I'm going to work at 4 a.m. on Sunday so I can make it home in time to watch the Lions playoff game.
Oh yeah, they play again this week, right? They won. That's a big deal. Detroit fans.
Megalodon obviously not rooting for the Lions this week, but if they beat my Bucks, I will root for them to go all the way.
I think you gotta. I gotta root for the Lions to win it all, just cause.
Cause why?
Because they haven't ever done it.
Oh.
Right? Haven't they? Like they didn't have a home playoff game in over 30 years. The Lions have been the king of like losing all but like 2 games in a season kind of team, right?
The Lions are like the Cubs. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wife is a Lions fan. And Estrella is a Bears fan. Makes for an interesting 2 weeks of season. Oh. I love that you guys are all checking the availability of a Wizard Butt personalized license plate. Thank you. Chuck said it was the general operations manager went up to the panel on a running CNC and fiddled with a bare wire. Pop. Oh my gosh. Is
Not what you do.
Is he hurt? Like, is that something that can, like, electrocute a person?
Oh, I mean, if it's a hot wire, depending on amplitude, then it could hurt. Yeah. Depends on how much current's going through it.
Draven 1976, my only plan this weekend is to try and stay warm. I wish you the best of luck in that.
Yeah, it has been
like
super cold a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's been ultra nice here. You're welcome to come visit.
Yeah, it's like this is a really nice time of year.
I'll be designing paint colors all weekend.
Sorry to... Ooh, I'm not even going to tell you what the temperature is here.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Chuck said the first part we need to order is 3 weeks back order from Germany and $16,000.
Oh, so it broke the machine.
And this is a week after a fire.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Game Delay said they hit a balmy 42 degrees today in Utah and everything is melting. It's still calling out the follows.
Yeah, the thing with the bot is it can input them in all at once.
Yeah, that's
so you got
crazy.
like hundreds.
Rykos G said they won the championship before there were Super Bowls. So that's a long time because they've had how many Super Bowls? Like
Turns
50
out
or something?
none of that matters. Only thing people care about is the Super Bowl.
Cooker's rooting for the Chiefs and the Lions because whatever, my team lost first round. Couldn't care less about sports ball. I'm rooting for funny commercials and a decent spread of food.
Yeah, we don't really care either. It always surprises me because anytime sports are on at our house, it's because of Jen.
It is weird, but I will turn on like the big events. So I'll watch like the NBA playoffs. I'll watch the Super Bowl, or I'll have it on. I don't really care. And then the World Series, maybe. But I definitely watch the Super Bowl for the commercials and for halftime. I don't even know who's at halftime this year.
All right, he's primed. Now we got to think, do we do the same coloration that we did for the Heresy Lion?
Megalodon.
Do we do white cloak? Like we did here? With the red trim? Keep it as similar as we can? Or do we go all different? Like, because he's got the dark black green that I did here. Do we change it up here? Because I wanted to do black armor for him on this, but I think we treat them as two separate models, right? I mean, they are obviously two separate models, but...
Sorry, that's why I didn't want to say it.
What's that?
Megalodon. I'm not going to say it.
What did he say?
Miss here. Hang on. Did you see Hairdo asked if you're painting this model to box art?
I don't really ever follow box art coloring, but I might take some cues from it. I don't know that I'm even... I'll pull the instruction manual out because it has the box art on it. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I'm kind of... Not that I'm anti-box art. It's just never been the way I paint. I always look at models for the cool factor of what I'm interested in doing with that model. So if I see it and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's paint it red. I mean, obviously an iconic character like Lionel Johnson is something where I have to think more in terms of the actual color scheme. I'm not going to paint in pink or plaid, so don't get your hopes up.
Reba is at halftime this year. Who voted for that? I mean, she's lovely, but
Reba McEntire
yeah.
at the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Seems like an odd choice. Tim wants to know if you saw his comment in the Discord maybe yesterday about an FAQ.
I mean, I saw it, yeah.
I didn't. He already wants you to do box art so you can copy. Or so he can copy. Game Delay said the question is this the same outfit but 10,000 years older?
No, it's different armor and everything, right? Because it's not the it's not the same mark of armor. The Heresy one's armor is much... Well, I don't know that I can say it's much cooler. This is new armor, you know? New armor, new sword, the whole nine. So
sorry. Megalodon said, what is it, like 72 there today? And that was exactly the temperature.
he looked it up first.
Maybe, I don't know. But
Like,
then
what are you going to tell me? It's 72 in Phoenix? And we're like, yeah, pretty much.
He said, well, it's in the 30s here, so I hate you now.
Ah.
And then, of course, just kidding, but not really.
He's like, just for that, here's 10 more boxes of models.
That's fine. It'll reverse when it's July. Draven 1976. I've always hated the Super Bowl because my birthday normally falls on the same weekend as it, so I've always had to schedule things around it. Yeah, that's a bummer.
All right.
Or you could look at it as all these people are having parties in your honor.
Yes. All right, so we got to think.
Oh, Reba's doing the national anthem. That makes more sense. Baka said the lion would look amazing in magenta.
It's just his whole thing is different, right? Like he doesn't even have the same. He has the Dark Angels logo on the left shoulder, and he has a lion on the right shoulder. They're similar, right? Similar but different. I do want to do a bronze, like a light gold style color like what I have done here, but I think I'll do the armor darker on this guy. Well, our primer dries, we'll figure it out. He has a lot of the same stuff, though. I mean, he does have the same, like, the Crux Terminatus stuff coming off his belt is very similar. But you can tell from the legs that the armor is different, right? He has more of a knightly armor in the 40K world. But the knee plates are very similar. He still has the same gun. His plasma pistol is the same, but now it's in a full-on holster.
Xenobond said paint him like an actual lion. I like that idea.
Fur all over it? Just all over everything?
Yeah.
Just lots of fur?
Yeah.
The fact that he has a shield and a sword's a little off-putting. The lion doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would have a shield. But, whatever. What do I know?
Punisher said do black leaning into green in the highlights. Didn't you say you wanted to do black armor?
Yeah, like black with green undertones I think would be good.
Roll it in cat hair before the primer is dry, like a real lion.
This is kind of what we did with the 30K lion, was what we had just done recently with Red Skull. So I want to go darker than that, because again, this is kind of the same. Different colors that we use, but we got a similar result.
Baby J left us. He's gone again.
He's gone. Left us.
Today, tomorrow, Monday. He won't be here.
Traitor. We're painting up a non-traitor in his honor. So
Paint him like one of your French girls.
Paint him like one of your French girls. Do I have those? I don't think I have those. Jen don't let me have those. So, see, he's very, very dark green here. But lots of gold, right? Like full-on gold, dark green, and then that kind of parchmenty, yellowed white that Games Workshop is in love with on the inside of the cloak. I don't know about the outside. The outside of the cloak red. I see a lot of people painting it red. A lot of people painting it bright green. Should I go get the box? No, we'll just pull up on the internet. Bam.
Might I suggest a light shade of red in these trying times?
In these trying times. Are you saying pink? I feel like that's what you're saying.
Jade scared him off. He went to Vegas. No. Jordan, Gabe, Philip, and Shelby and Kyle are at the Las Vegas Open. Working. Setting up our booth. They will be opening the booth in a couple of hours.
Yes, I really like the black armor with the green robes. Might be good. Change that up a bit. The 40K or the 30K colors for them were black, red, and white. Green got introduced in the 40K world for Dark Angels, but we could still do black armor and then do the robes and cloak with the Dark Angels green, and then do some red trim and some white on the underneath of the cloak maybe, and red. I don't know, man. Nobody's giving me pictures of the back of the model, so I don't know what people have done for the back of the cloak. That one does red on that one. Oh, that's green armor with red cloak. That's actually kind of cool. Oh, here it is. They did green back of the cloak on the studio model. Right. So maybe we do. Maybe we go greenish black on the armor, red on the cloak. I like the idea of a red cloak. I don't know, green could be cool too. All right, chat. Red or green cloak? That's going to determine everything. And then I have to ask Jen, am I going to do what chat says? Or not? Jen gets to decide whether or not I do what chat says. Chat has to determine between...
I have to pay attention? Okay, wait. So, what are my options?
Your option is do what chat decides or not do what chat decides.
But how do I determine that without knowing what chat is deciding?
Well, chat's going to say red or green.
Right.
So we just got to look at how many reds there are.
Well, but can I look at can I see what the red and the green look like? Are those options?
No. Maybe. Yes. You're seeing it right now.
That's red and green.
Right. I would do greenish armor if they choose red cloak.
Oh, okay.
If they choose green cloak, I will do black armor.
Ah.
Right?
Okay. Now I understand. Black armor if it's a green cloak. Green armor if it's a red cloak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I have to keep track. Okay, so red.
Red cloak, green armor. Green cloak, black armor. Purple's out of the question.
Whole lot of red votes, so looking forward to seeing how that green cloak will look. The Punisher knows you. I feel like it's more... The votes are more for red.
Votes are more for red?
Yeah.
So green armor, red cloak?
Ustrello trying to complicate matters by saying purple cloak.
So we're thinking green armor, red cloak. Yeah? Green armor for the win. Hairdo says boo. Hairdo says green cloak, black armor.
Because Hairdo wants to copy yours.
The red-green show, red cloaks are overdone, says monologuing. A lot of red votes. Looking forward to see how that green cloak will look. Yep. Gabe really wants black armor. Punisher says I'm kind of digging more black armor, though, so maybe I'd rather a green cloak.
Okay, so it might be close to tied now.
Green cloak could be cool. And then it would just be red.
I only voted red when it seemed like you would ignore us.
Then it would be red accents. Like we could do the eagle on the chest red, or the wings on the chest red, the wings on the shoulder plate red, wings down here red, red there. I like that. I like green cloak, black armor. They both appeal to me, so I don't know that I really care. But I am going to airbrush the cloak colors for a base. So green it is. Green Cloak, listen to your hero. Oh, that's right. Jade's my hero. The hero status is usually only 24 hours, but I'll let it slide this time. All right, Green Cloak we're doing. Green Cloak. Inside red? Or is that too Christmassy? Inside white. Oh, decisions, huh? So green hood, green tabards, green cloak. What's the inside color?
Hairdo said white or tan.
Yeah, I think white, right?
White trim, khaki inside.
Okay, so like you like that yellowish white. All right, so we're going more box art style.
Inside tartan pattern.
Or inside tartan pattern. Done. No. All right. Okay.
Oh, that was from the Moomins, who also said dog tooth pattern cloak in red and green.
Yes. No. Wait. Is the answer Jesus?
The Lion of Argyle. Freehand a lion on the back of the cloak.
It's kind of wrinkled, so that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But not completely out of the question. Dark golden brown is the color du jour for this white underpinning.
Just imagine he has underoos on with a lion print. I like that idea.
He has underoos on?
Yeah,
With what?
with lions on them, like a
Oh, okay.
lion pattern.
Underoos. That's so good. I always wanted like Spider-Man underoos. I never got them, I don't think. I saw a comedian the other day who was like, I grew up poor. And not the kind of poor where you didn't know you were poor. He goes, I knew I was poor.
JP Gray said the Jason I know would say sure on the lion on the cloak because he would take a whole 3 streams to do it.
3 streams? Boy, that's giving me credit.
What's the color that you're using right now?
Dark golden brown. No thinning. Just straight in the airbrush. Dark golden brown.
There are adult underoos now. Oh, what? Strella said LVO reveals are starting at 9 Pacific.
What's that?
LVO reveals are starting at 9 Pacific.
There you go.
He'll be in bed and asleep already.
That's 10 for us.
Yep.
I ain't trying to stay up that late. I'll see him in the morning because the internet has a habit of showing us what it did. What are you hoping for? You got any big hopes and dreams that they could make come true? I don't really care, right?
Slavic wants to know your PSI. 20 to 25.
22. We're generally at 22 to 25.
Oh, Hairdo said, so weird story. I sell and install printers. We had a customer buy a printer, and when we went to install it, it was an adult clothing store, like adult sized clothing, but it was all baby clothes.
Oh, that's weird.
For those people who wanted that vibe.
Yeah. All right. I can see that.
I mean, there you go.
I can see that.
There are businesses for things that you would never even think about. I wouldn't think about that, but somebody did. And I'm sure people are grateful. Panic Bomb said, I'm hoping for Night Haunt, Warcry, or Underworld's Warband. Estrello, honestly, I would like any of the Shattered Legions to get Praetors, or for the Legion specific weapon sets to all get released instead of slow dripped 1 week at a time.
For 30K?
Moomin said, my hopes are always more resin kits will now be plastic.
Yeah. Like bring more Forge World over. Alright, I think I got the underside of all of the cloak that's visible. I can get brush. I can do everything else with brush if I need to. With that color.
Game Delay said, I feel strangely connected to Jason due to our mutual unfulfilled childhood dream of Spider-Man Underoos.
Yeah.
Perhaps we never speak of this again.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably something we should keep out of the public eye now that you've said it live on stream. Thanks.
Broken Chef, hello. We are here. and mostly well, I think.
I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling all right. No, as I was just
as you're
saying that, I was hacking
along up.
And OK Guardian, I'm always just excited for new 30K, 40K cinematics, but that
seems
to only happen during Adepticon.
Yeah, the big stuff, the big reveals. Okay, so I need to do something here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is starting to get gummed up with so much paint that it's causing problems. You got to keep this thing clean. I want you to look at what has built up on here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is this the piece that goes on the front that we've dropped a couple times?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so there's that. It is necessary to clean this piece. A lot of people will forget it, but it will start constricting to where the cone of spray that comes out of your airbrush is constricted enough that you'll see spattering.
Slavic wants to know if the razor blade is the recommended way to deal with this.
Probably not. This is probably one of those don't do as Uncle Jason does.
A little bit like he was calling you out.
Yeah. But, you know, in a pinch.
Gotta get the gunk off your tip.
You don't want a gunky tip.
Tim said this is why he cleans his brush after every use.
As you should, Tim. As you should. You should also not collect Pez as a grown man. Just gonna throw it out there. He's like, heresy!
Not as he does. Yes, that is definitely a saying around here.
There, new spit up soda. Got him. Tim's got like this insane Pez collection. I love when I asked you, Tim, if in the divorce, where were the Pez going to go? And you're like, oh, we've never combined our collections.
It's like they've thought about it. Like, this is mine, that's yours. Like those, there's I think it's a meme, too, of this couple that was divorcing in the 90s, and they were in court with their Beanie Baby collection.
Oh, my God.
Like, dividing them up.
Yeah, sure.
Negotiating.
Which ones they get to keep, and oh my God, yeah, I can see that happening, right?
Would a wire brush Why is our iPad ringing? Is
Gabe is calling, so you may want to answer that.
It's not. It's not my phone.
Well, but you may want to call Gabe.
Okay.
Since I can't. Because if he's calling right in the middle of the stream, he probably has an issue.
Right. Gabe, I'm calling you right now.
He's not watching, I guarantee he's not watching.
Right back.
If Gabe's calling, it means there's an emergency at LVO, so Finn's got to go answer that. Yeah, that was a lot of dried paint. Now it actually looks semi-normal. Definitely more usable.
Okay, hang on one second. You said that they had us down for Ethernet, not Wi-Fi.
No, they can run. They can use the Ethernet.
Is it more expensive?
Well, I don't know if they included the dongle in the box. Ask him if he has the dongle in the
Do you
box.
have a way to have the dongle? Okay, yeah.
If they have the dongle, they can use it.
Okay.
They've already charged us and we paid the bill and it was right.
Okay. We've already paid. So they did in our favor. Okay. How's it going?
Hairdo says, do you ever think of freshening up your tattoos? No, not once. In all honesty, when I went in to get and started getting tattoos, I had a lot of friends in that world, artists and things like that. And I chose a lot of my tattoos based on what I thought would age well, right? So, you know, it's not anything I would ever think about, to be honest with you. All right.
Really quick, Slavic wanted to know if a wire brush would have worked better on what you were just doing.
I could tell that was built up really good, and acrylic paint turns into plastic, so you need to be able to shave it with something. A wire brush may get it off, but I feel like you'd spend a ton of time, and during the stream I don't have that. So a knife to clear out the first thing, and probably a wire brush to get the last of it would be good.
Panic Bomb said Baby J going mad with power again, probably. That's why they had to call us.
Probably. Don't put it past them. All right, let's think here. If I do this, if I do golden, brown into cat. No, I think we need to dull it down. So I'm going to mix a color here in between. Dirty mixing cup. Bad idea. Good mixing cup. A little bit of khaki. Dark golden brown.
Why do you monologuing? Are we going to be able to get you to this year's Dragonfall? I can make things happen, you know.
You can make things happen? Dragonfall is Wisconsin, right? The logistics of it last year are what kept me from going, because it's in the boonies, right? It's like I need to have a way to figure out how I get there and not have it be something that's like a logistical nightmare for me is the big problem. I'm out of Blaze Wash.
JP Gray said, wait, I sold my Pokemon collection to the company that Liz owns more of. In case of divorce, she gets the cards. As she should.
She gets the cards.
I got volunteered to run the hobby side of things last year. Nobody in their right mind wants to go to Wisconsin.
No, I wanted to go.
It was not during the wintertime. It was like in the fall, I think.
Yeah, it would have been a great time, and it's a great. I wanted to go hang out with everybody. The problem was literally that it is not close to the airport, and I could not find anybody that was like driving that I could carpool with. I didn't want to like rent a car or take a $50 Uber.
There was some question yesterday about the reality of Wisconsin, like whether or not it actually exists.
It doesn't exist. It's a fake.
Game Delay said, I think I was born there, but Yeah, cheese curds.
Hey, don't believe your birth certificate, man.
Where's all the cheese and beer come from if Wisconsin doesn't exist?
The pub. Called pub cheese for a reason. Jeez. People don't know.
Fluorescents are out of stock. That is correct.
Yep. Fluorescent sets.
Well,
Everything
sets.
but red should be in stock. Well,
No. Pink
yellow
and
or
green.
pink or one of them was
Pink and
low
green
too.
are out of
So,
stock too.
huh?
Pink and green.
Oh, so
Pink,
yeah.
green, and
So
red.
fluorescents are really low right now. It'll be a few weeks before we see fluorescents back in stock. So hold tight.
They were way more popular than we expected. Okay, I'll wait. I mean, yeah, you will. You might find you might find him in stores. So maybe Google for Acryl fluorescents? I don't know. How long has it been since the starter paint set came out? The starter paint set or the base set hairdo?
The starter set has brushes in it, if
Yeah,
that's
the
what you're
starter
talking
set
about.
is like last year. The base
But-
set, 2018,
Yeah.
Black Friday. When is Noosh due back? Same time as fluorescence.
Yeah, a few weeks.
Best thing to do always when you find something out of stock on our website, if you want to buy it from us, is to put your email address in. So when you go, like if you were to just look at paints and you see the whole list of paints and you see out of stock, that's obviously going to be frustrating to you. But if you actually click on that product, when you open up the page, there's a place where you can put your email address, and when we restock it, you'll get a notification, so you get it right away. Yes, hairdo. That's Black Friday 2018.
Coming up on, what is that?
It was 5 years in November.
Yeah, coming up on 6 years.
I mean, well, what other choice is there, game delay? We don't have them, so you're going to have to wait.
He's like, why is Jen so mean to me?
He
Like,
said,
Jen
"Oh,"
says the
here's
truth.
Quote, I'll wait. Yeah, you will. Jen stepping in for Baby J with the tyranny. I mean, I'm the Lord Commander, so you should expect it. Awkwardish Panda said, I'm local enough that if transport from O'Hare to the hotel for Dragonfall is the issue, feel free to holler at me. I am the helpy nerd.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you meant wait on like your whole order. Okay. Corvidae, it was wonderful visiting your store and meeting you today. Awesome. Were you was Jason helping you? Did Jason come out and help you? Was that you? We've had a few people come in today.
That's khaki and dark golden brown mix. Great color. Khaki mixed with anything to lighten it up is just fantastic. So gives us a really nice. That'd be a great workup for doing like rawhide leather, stuff like that.
How many bottles of Sense of Humor have you sold?
0.
Lots. It has 3 5-star reviews.
It does have 3 5-star reviews, which is funny because we haven't sold any, but take that as you will. What are we, liars?
Ghost Hunter's waiting for the Sense of Humor box set.
This too.
Oh, awesome. Well, hopefully we helped you with everything and the team took good care of you.
You don't run a successful and enjoyable stream without strong boundaries.
My 8th grade math teacher, terrifying the first day, best teacher in the school on the last. That's usually the case with like math and science teachers or men.
Just male teachers in general? Is that what you're saying?
Not all of them, But like, if there's a teacher that's terrifying on the first day and the best on the last, more likely
you hear that about men quite a bit.
What I need is the morbid sense of humor. You don't already have that.
Like, what did I just do with khaki?
What channel do I post Pokey Rap in? You can post it in main chat or like completed miniatures. Not miniature though. Yeah, I would just post it in the main chat. More people will see it that way.
I don't know why I keep every bottle of glazed wash medium I've gone through. I have like 4 over here. Every time I pick up a bottle of glazed wash medium, it's empty.
But then you can shake it and the agitator sounds really cool.
The agitator sounds cool when there's no paint in the bottle, that is for sure. This is just khaki. Lots of glazed wash medium, a little bit of water.
You're even going to wait for it to warm up a bit before you make your paint order.
Probably smart if you're in a really cold area of the world.
Ooh. JP, I'm excited. I'm going to look on my phone because I want to see
did he
that
get
right
it?
now.
Did he get it?
No, it's the mock-up piece.
Oh.
Oh my god, so good. That's really fun. You guys need to see a Pokevan. Check the Discord. Why is the rat mad? Why is the rat mad? Oh, mad as in crazy. Hairdo, that E-line is not 3D printed. That's a Journeyman Miniatures model.
What's that?
Hairdo said, I just realized you have 3D printed models. That E-line is sick. I've wanted to paint it since the first time I saw it. But
those are resin cast.
Yeah, that's not a 3D print. All of the Journeyman and Mindwork are resin, right?
They're all resin?
Yeah, they're all resin.
Resin cast.
Yep. The texture trainers, we 3D print.
Yeah, the texture trainer we do ourselves.
Gosu, hello. Gosu said, I had a cool experiment today. Used transparent white with 1 drop of bright ivory mixed into metallic medium to get an awesome pearl effect. Cool.
Yeah, the transparents, once you start playing around with things like pearls and candies and stuff, they work really, really great.
We're printing the texture trainers in-house, but the rest of the miniatures on our site are either Mindworks or Journeyman. Game Delay said, credit where credit is due. Getting a van like that does make you cooler than the rest of us, JP Gray. Does it? I don't know. He's going to get definitely more looks driving down the road in his van than I will in my plain white Subaru.
Yeah. True.
The painting dad actually got me inspired. He was showing off the transparents on his stream earlier today.
Nice.
Awesome. Why does the texture trainer scare you, Ghost Hunter? You can do it. Because I'm actually going to have to try. Well, maybe you'll find that you're just a natural. The wheels are getting powder coated to be Pokeballs.
Oh no.
We've spent way too much money to just get looks.
You guys are crazy.
You need to go drive by. So like what's the age range? I mean, I know that there's a big age range of people who enjoy Pokemon, but where does it start? Like what's the starting age level? Like 12, 13 or younger? I mean, I know William was into it.
I feel like the age limit for getting interested in it is a lot younger. And then being able to actually play the game and have fun with the game, you have to be a little bit older. Because, yeah, William loves the concept of it, but he wasn't very good at playing.
So,
now, though, at like, 13, 14, he's found his way. He played Magic with the guys and was doing pretty well. So, but Pokemon is appealing to kids at very young age.
Because, JP, my suggestion for you was going to be that you need to drive by schools at, like, drop-off and pickup time.
Oh, heck yeah.
So the kids see the van, and then they bug the parents, because your store name is on it, right? So the kids are going to see it, and they're going to want Pokemon cards, and their parents are going to be like, all right, fine. We'll go there after school.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. That may actually be a really good color for this. We'll kind of leave it there and do everything else we need to do with it by brush, I think. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. 30-something-year-old guy driving by a school in a van. But a Pokevan.
It needs to say you want some candy on the side.
Genius. What'd you say?
You said you want some candy?
Yeah, I have a Pokemon candy.
Hey kid, you want some Pokemon?
How about some puppies?
The modern version of hey, you want some candy?
You
want some Pokemon?
No, it's not what it looks like. I'm just trying to get them to my store. Exactly.
Can you help me with this couch? Little Silence of the Lambs for you. A band styled after a game where they trap small creatures and make them fight. Feels like the right thing to do. Holy cow, is it legit already 320?
It is.
What the heck?
Yeah.
You want to smell these flowers?
What is chloroform?
You know what chloroform is?
Can you smell this chloroform? Tell me if it smells okay.
Oh, we're horrible.
Or better, does this smell like chloroform to you?
I bet you get a lot of people would be like, what? Oh. Digimon days. I enjoyed Digimon for a minute. Fun game.
Still got the Digimon players around here.
I think they're playing One Piece more now.
Oh. Well, 3 of them are going to be gone next Friday for something.
Probably Digimon Regionals or something, yeah.
Mike Montalongo said, quick paint question I get all the time. What is the color mixture what is the Pro Acryl mixture to make up a Sons of Horus color scheme?
Sons of Horus. So Baby Jay's doing his Sons of Horus. He'd be better to ask, but
But
I can't
he's
remember
not
what
here.
he was doing.
He left us.
Anybody remember? Do we have a methodology? I don't remember. But depending on what you want to do it with, like a little bit darker greenish jade works really well. But it really is up to you, right? Like we have the jade and dark jade realm.
Those who said I remember yellow, green, and jade being used, but I can't remember exactly.
He used warm flesh and jade he used like a highlighter of warm flesh, but dark jade and jade mix start giving you a really good base, depending on how vivid you want it to be. You might want to thin them down or mix the jade with the dark jade to get your mid-tone and jade as a highlight. So the jade family is really, really good straight out of the box, though. So it's what I used on Horus. I used Payne's Gray as a base, and then just started working with some of the jades to get up this way, right? Rather than doing the Black Legion style coloring, I did more of the darker Sons of Horus feel for 30K Horus,
Panic Bomb, you never know when there's going to be a quiz.
Panic Bomb, wait, are we supposed to be paying attention to painting? I mean, it is a painting channel.
You guys need to keep track of this because we can't.
Right. But this was Payne's Gray as the base. So use that dark blue from Payne's Gray and then work up into dark jade. I think I used a little bit of turquoise on him too, but I don't really remember. Oh, yeah, we did red cloak on Horus, so no red cloak for Lion. Green. I'm going to use a lot of jade on this. Purple jade into green is the way my green is going to work. So I guess that's next. I really need to paint his face. I really need to paint his face at some point because he's wearing a hood. And you want to do the right thing. You want to paint all the stuff that's under the hood as early as possible.
Hairdo, we're working on the formula for our matte varnish. Thought we had it right, and then in the final testing it wasn't quite right. So you're not losing your mind. You did see it. Inside out, Jason. You taught me that.
What'd I do?
JP Gray. You gotta paint inside out.
Yeah. Deepest parts of the model first, then work towards the outside. A model like this has got layer upon layer upon layer, so it's a little hard, but same gist is necessary. He didn't really have much. He's got a beard. Not a lot of blue. I will use a little bit.
Ghost was interested to see how you do the green on this. Said, I feel like that perfect Dark Angels green can be hard to nail. I loved how you did your 30K Dark Angels.
That black green, yeah. The green on this is going to be brighter since it's a cloak and we're doing black armor. So I'm going to go really hard green. I'm going to do purple jade into green is the goal. Can you hit? Oh, I'll do it. I got a mouse. We got to do extreme punch in here.
Oh, his face is blue? What blue is that?
Dark gray blue.
Oh. So just doing like underpainting for skin.
Yeah.
This is skin. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't really have enough face there to do this, but it's okay. Zoom out just a hair.
As the enemy of Red Skull, he must have Captain America colors.
Yes, exactly. Shadow Flesh. Actually, I don't want Shadow Flesh. I think what I want is Advanced Flesh Tone.
Mike, you're ready for matte varnish? We want it to be ready for you.
My body is ready. We should be. We have done some hunting around and found a new matting agent, and so that's what we're testing right now. The big problem with matte varnishes is that you run into a situation where the balance gets to a point where in order to be matte enough to please us, it doesn't survive freeze-thaw very well. So we need to always be looking at how that's going to work.
Setting up a store is stressful, especially when you watch a stream for 2 hours a day. You gotta multitask. You gotta get the TV and the Roku or whatever to make the Twitch play on your TV, and then you just put the TV on in the store as you're working. Mike Montalongo said my go-to matte right now is AK Ultra Matte. Curious how matte you guys are aiming.
Yeah, it'll be along those lines. As matte as our paint.
Well, Game Delay, he's just setting it up right now.
What's that?
If it's just him. Game Delay said, "Oh yes, the totally normal and socially acceptable Monument Hobbies stream should be playing in your store." Oh, there are game stores that put the stream on. What's the Dice Head? They come in a lot and say, "We got the stream on at the store."
Yep.
But yeah, Pokemon store might be a little bit. Yeah, I'm alone. Once the store's open and then there are children running around, you know, maybe we're behind a curtain. Imagine a customer walking by and Jason's eating a banana. Why is that man eating a banana and looking into my soul?
What we do.
Well, JP, I think if you own a Pokemon store, you probably need to expect that there will be children in there.
It's hard to have an adult-only Pokemon store, right?
Yeah.
The eyes are gonna get all crazy here because they're very, very small. But I want to paint them now, and that way I can go back and frame them in with the skin tones. So.
And OK Guardian said, "I'm having trouble with matte considerably reducing the vibrancy of the colors on my miniatures." Do you mean like a matte varnish? OK Guardian. Thoughts? Mix matte with satin?
You definitely could.
I assume varnish.
Yeah, you definitely can mix matte with satin if you want. I mean, matte will knock the luster off. That's its whole point. So you may have to deal with that a little bit, or use a satin and or gloss varnish over the top of the matte for the areas where you want to bring a little bit of more punch back into the model. Can also work. There we go.
They're saying the matte is reducing the vibrancy.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
But you can put gloss back over the top and it'll bring it back. Well, I guess I should put the pupil in. So, he has blue eyes, right? Anybody know?
He had that white hair.
I'm not going to try to paint colored eyes on these eyes. What am I thinking? Too small. Black brown is the color. When in question, black brown. Or black transparent.
Oh.
Mist. That is not. I have to. I'm gonna fake it. This eye on his right eye, our left, is not sculpted the same. Very odd. It seems to be more recessed than the one on the left.
Is he missing an eye?
I don't think so. But I don't know. Maybe. See, it's like you can't. Sorry, I gotta hold this where you guys can't see it, so. Bear with me for a minute. It's not. What's going on here? Can't tell if there's like a piece of plastic there. It's just not. It's like up underneath the brow or something. Every time I go to do the iris, like this one sat right there on that surface, but that surface doesn't exist over here, because I'll go hit it exactly where that's supposed to be.
Do you think it's a defect?
No, I mean, I can't tell. That's closer. Maybe I can make that work.
Are you okay still answering questions right now, or you want me to wait till you're done?
No, I'm okay answering questions.
So Tim is doing a Latina flesh tone and wants to know what you would suggest for a workup. Says he has an idea, but he wants your professional opinion.
What the hell? I mean, it depends, right? Like saying Latina flesh tone means nothing because Hispanic, Spanish, Latina, Latino, they can look like me.
Yeah.
They can look as dark as, like Brazilian dark, like almost like Islander African type skin. So,
But doesn't Brazil also have a lot of like lighter skin?
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
it's a difficult one because if you Google what that skin tone is, it's like Googling Asian skin tone. There are Asians that have skin tone that look just like me. There's Asians that have much pinker skin tone, more olivey skin tone. So you can kind of choose the way you do your workup. And what I've always said across everything that isn't, like if you want to start with more of an African skin tone, that's the only time where I really start with something like a black brown and then start adding in more reddish skin tones into black brown. But if you're going with like Mexican, Central South American skin tone, then it's really the same as Caucasian skin tone. You just typically don't go as pale, meaning that you might have tan flesh and advanced flesh tone mixed together as kind of your upper level. Advanced flesh tone is really the best starting point because it has a little bit more of a yellow than a pink, right? So it gives you that same, as opposed to shadow flesh, right? You see how much more red there is? So advanced flesh tone being mixed in with dark flesh, advanced skin tone, and then something along the lines of tan flesh, right? Because tan flesh, while also being pink, desaturates. So these two mixed together give you a good highlight color. You wouldn't probably go to tan flesh on its own. It's too bright. So you might get away with just dark flesh, advanced flesh tone, and then a little bit of tan flesh added in. And then you could go in and maybe do like a glaze of advanced flesh tone over the top if you wanted it to be a little bit more in that kind of warm brown level. You can go with brown transparent over the top of it if you want it to be more like sun browned, but you want to kind of stay more in that yellowy brown flesh range and probably not quite as much pink. This eye is literally going to be the death of me.
Uh-oh.
That the sculpt is just not right.
Tim
It
said
makes me think like, okay, so let me look at this. He doesn't have. No, his eyes are
normal.
normal.
So it's just
I mean, you can't really tell.
defect, maybe.
His eyes are just normal. I wonder if maybe.
Scowling.
No? I mean, that's the wrong head, but yeah, I'm not like hitting the eye into the upper eyelid on this side because there's the upper eyelid up above it there, and the same thing over here, right? But here, I can't get paint into that area. I'm just bad, I guess.
Tim said he was thinking warm brown or dark golden brown to advanced flesh to warm flesh.
I would use dark flesh, but yeah, you could use like warm brown. It's a little bit more, it doesn't have a whole lot of life to it, right? But you could add warm brown in along the way for sure.
JP Gray said, did I hear a while ago that there may be monument card sleeves?
When some of our games start coming out that have cards, we've looked at doing that, yeah.
Gosu said, do you want me to try and find some pics of the head on the sprue to see if something is wrong with yours?
No. I mean, I got to deal with it, so.
The fabric is making him close his eye. It's a hoodwink, you might say.
Oh, there you go.
That wasn't even Telemachus.
That wasn't Telemachus?
Nope. It was game delay. And Tim says, dark flesh it is.
That may be as good as I get it. Let's see if I can balance those eyes out that way.
He liked it. Don't apologize.
God, this gorget makes painting this face an absolute nightmare. Probably should have painted the face on the sprue.
What's a gorget?
This collar.
Oh.
It's right at that angle where I want to be able to get in and paint, and then the brush hits it, and it flexes all the bristles in the wrong direction.
Game delay, it was so good.
Was it, though?
It was. He said, I feel bad. My standards have dropped. I think game delay feels dirty from that one.
It actually was pretty good.
Ghost Hunter, you like the old school feel of this stream? Old school. Like, because we're old? Yeah, game delay never changed. Oh, because it's just the two of us like the old days? Gotcha. No, it's Hags. Have a great summer. That was
See?
all over my yearbook.
There's like literally a piece of plastic right there because it just got the paint on it. From where I'm trying to paint the eyebrow. You see that
Yeah.
piece of plastic right there? It's almost like they tried to sculpt the iris, but I can't get it because that's not like standing proud of everything. But his eye wouldn't be at that level. It would be up here.
You could make him an eye patch.
Almost like I have to.
Cover it up.
This is really annoying.
Oh, Super Bleeder, I get it. Yeah.
Here. I'm going to pull a stunt I don't ever pull.
We want you to be able to see what we're doing.
Sorry. I'm going to have to, is this plugged in? I think this is plugged in someplace.
What's he doing now, game delay? Do you know?
Yeah, it had me worried, but I've got his left eye is exactly where it's supposed to be. Like when I pull my magnifying, I've got my magnifying glass here that I can't paint with a magnifying glass because it makes my head hurt, but I have one for exactly this. We'll see if we can do this. So sorry, gang. I don't know that I can I pull this over here? Where I can have the model where it needs to be for you guys to see. And sorry, the lighting is going to be all weird, right? But maybe like right there. See if I can do this with you guys can watch.
That's dedication right there.
God, I hate freaking magnifying glasses. I wonder if I take this off.
Probably.
No.
No.
All right, so I apologize if this is not easy for you guys to see here, but there is definitely a hump of plastic right there.
He would look cool with a patch. I'm imagining this game delay just like when an author is doing a book signing and they just are like sign and pass it. I'm just imagining him with his stamp. Go, have a great summer.
Good God, I have no depth perception with this freaking thing. Yeah, see, it's still low.
Anthony Guido. Hello.
It's still low.
Business question: does it always feel like you owe money to literally everyone when you're first starting?
No? So that's where the bottom of the eye should be. Right? It's gonna be. Oh my god, my paint's drying up. I'm getting frustrated.
Uh-oh. Can you just put it in timeout and come back to it?
No, I gotta do the eye.
No.
I gotta finish the face before I can paint the rest of the model. Or I leave the hood undone, which sucks. So I don't want to do that. If I can avoid it.
JP, every time I have to pay an invoice, it's yeah. So you're not abnormal. Don't listen to Jason. AG, this is Lion L. Johnson.
Lion the Johnson.
Which I learned is not Lion L. period, like his middle initial, like his middle name is Larry or something. And Johnson is spelled without an H. I noticed. Very strange.
We got it. It's that eye is super deep.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Yeah. It's that eye is super deep, whereas this one's closer to the surface of the sculpt. That eye is super deep, like a hollow in the face.
Yeah.
That was much harder to get into there.
Lion Larry Johnson.
Lying like
Ooh,
can't tell the truth.
Luigi's better. Lion Luigi Johnson. The Emperor was not a good dad, like in practice or at naming things.
And now I'm all worried about this area up here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I got it. Get out of here.
Yay.
Get out of here, thing. Oof. Look at that thing. I can work with that. I can make that work.
All right, I'm actually going to go now and do my rounds because so many people are gone today. So
Okay.
I will be back 10-ish minutes.
10-ish minutes?
10-ish minutes.
All right, chat, you're stuck with me.
Yep.
Gonna have to fight and kick because I'm very focused. So if
He's
I don't
very
get
focused.
your question,
He'll
I'll get disgruntled. Ask it again and again.
I will check the questions when I get back, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
The sclera on his right eye is still too big. Right? Right in here. I feel like I've got his right eye looking off to the right and the left eye not. So if let's see, what can I do here? I can do this. And then, where's my olive flush? Using olive flesh for the color of the sclera, by the way. A lot of people will paint eyes pure white. You should probably avoid that at all costs. I'm going to mess up the skin tone again here because I've got to do this eye white again. I'm not going to mess with that other one. It was too hard. I have to bust out the X10. I'm going to have to do this where you guys can't see it again. There we go. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. If you cut the eye in and then you go back and paint around the eye, it can be a lot easier at this scale to frame the eye end after the fact rather than try to paint the eye at the end when you already have all the face stuff done. That will drive you bananas more times than not. All right, much better. I got more sclera on the correct side on this guy now. We can work with that. I'm going to cheat here and maybe use the eye color underneath. The damn Gorget. You paint this model yourself, paint the head on the sprue. Just trust me. I put the sclera color, the eye color underneath the eye there so that when I come back with the skin tone, it'll be a lot brighter. At first, color. His pupil's way too big on that side, huh? Really fighting these eyes. I got the pupil the right size, but with the wrong color, so. Again, sorry, I have to pull it close to me for this. Again, keep shaping the eye with the sclera and the pupil. I'm just having to work back and forth here to get the pupil set the way I want and then frame the eye in again. I just keep, God, I keep painting this gorget skin tone is what I keep doing. I have to try to use this backhand. The blue for the underpainting of like 5 o'clock shadow works really, really well. Of course, I've screwed the pooch on all the underpainting by having to mess with these eyes so much, so it's not really doing what I needed it to do right now. The paint is not cooperating. Did I do better? So needs the bottom lid to close up a bit, like that. And it really needs to have the sclera show up more. Like I need to reduce the size of the pupil here, right? Right in there. That's where that sculpt is so deep, I can't really get color in there. It's not horrible right now. I think that's probably the best I've had it, and we can kind of treat the shadow of the hood over here as a way to get away from that broader eyeball, maybe. I just keep bouncing back by trying to make the irises match. And I'm using a big brush too, so it's not helping me. I really need to. Let's do this. Let's take a little bit of, I probably want brown wash rather than black. We'll use some brown wash. Quite a bit of water on my brush so it's not super dark. And then kind of just hit both those eyes. Hey, you out of here?
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too.
That's starting to look okay. AC, what's going on? Oh, we got sounds turned off. I think all that we can probably turn back on. We got bot rated. Jason just simulating what it's like for you painting stuff that tiny. Why can't I see this? It gets to be really stupid, right? In the fact that that you get the sculpt itself is different on each side for the eyes. Like I said, the socket for his right eye is almost like it's hollow. It's really deep in the model. And this one's closer out to the surface like it should be, right? So like this eye is positioned much better than the other one. I don't know if better is the right term there, right? I don't know that it's actually positioned better. It's just positioned where it's easier for me to get to. And the other one is really deep in the model. And so when you're trying to line up the eyeballs, right, this one, I can't get the iris positioned right because it's in this weird cubby hole on his face. And the brush doesn't react the same way, so I've been having to fight that. But right now, I think they're in a good enough position to where I can play with the shadows from the hood and probably get this one looking okay. This eye should be a little bit darker because of the way the hood comes down anyway. So I'll just play with that as we go along. Not the end of the world. I just want to get it to a point where I'm happy enough to know I can fix it with the paint all around it, so you don't have to go back in and paint the eye again. Because if you have to go back in and paint the eye again, you might as well just not paint the face anymore right now, right? That's how that works. And we would have liked to have kept some of our underpainting, which we did okay with. The blue along the beard line is working okay, but I lost most of the red. Blind in one eye, problem solved. Well, that was the question we had asked, but I had to look, and it's not, right? The sculpt, when he doesn't have the hood on, both eyes are symmetrical, air quotes. But they look right. So it's just funky. It's acting as if there were some sort of a sprue connection point there, which is not the case, but you know, whatever. Whatever, man. I'll quit bitching about it now.
Did you see the question asking what scale this is?
Yeah, it's Primark scale for 40K. So, you know, it's the Lion. So he's just a Primark. It's like Gilliman or that scale. So, you know, 30 millimeter. Right? It's just a regular Space Marine style model, right? I mean, it's not even as big as Hulk, I don't think. No. Let's punch this up. So he's not even as big as the Hulk we were painting, really.
Oh yeah, even close.
He's super tiny. We're all zoomed in, so it seems a lot bigger, but
it does.
You know, I say super tiny. I mean, he's not like, you know, Red Skull tiny, but Red Skull has a bigger set of eyes.
Yeah.
He does.
He's got his big chibi head.
Massive pain in the butt is what it is. Yeah, they're just like high-end Space Marine models, right? Because they're supposed to be in line with the Primarch size for Primaris Marines. Well, I guess not. I guess, right? They're supposed to be Primarch size for normal Marines, aren't they? Yeah. Because, I mean, they haven't gone through the Rubicon or anything, so they're like Primarchs for these dudes. They're big dudes in scale for the game, but as far as miniatures go, they're not very big. All right, so that's pretty good there. We'll get a little bit of beige red. Aaron, how the hell you been? What are you working on?
What did I do?
Huh?
What did I do?
You mess it up. I don't know.
I just clicked to move my mouse. That's it.
You did what?
I just clicked the mouse so I could move it.
But you click someplace.
Well, but I can't move the mouse until I click it.
Hang on, folks.
Sorry. Oh.
Apologize. I don't know what's going on now.
Should I push one painter main and see if that does anything?
No clue what's going on here. Oh. Yeah, I have no clue what you. Oh, here. I don't know what's going on. That's not going to do anything. That's that. That's him. That's me. But this is what we want. Don't want this. Want this. There we go.
There it is. Sorry, everyone.
Here. I think if I do maybe this one instead, that one's pretty close too, right? Yeah, that was better punch in. So the beige red will give us quite a bit of value bump. Is his left eyebrow raised? It's hard to tell with the hood because all you get is the pinch of the brow line here, and then it's just hood, right? Because like up like that, you get nothing. I don't think so. I think it's the exact same face as without the hood. It's just that with the hood sculpt on there, maybe the plastic mold's weird around the eye close to where the hood drapes down. It's not horrible.
Well, that's great news. I'm sure that is a very big relief to you. I'm glad to hear.
What's the deal with what?
Said exciting news. The mystery lump they found on my kidney is simple and small and not anything to be concerned with.
Oh, good.
Very good.
That's probably a relief. Why would Baby J do what to Jen? What do you do?
They said they were gonna blame Baby J for.
Oh, on the stream thing, no. Nah, you can't blame everybody for when they're not here.
He would not do that anyway.
Glaze over what we did with the brighter color now with the advanced skin tone. Pull together, give us a better setup, and that I can deal with. That gives us enough of the painting to where it's just detail work to have to be done. So now I feel comfortable painting stuff around it. Might glaze in a little bit more red on the nose and more colors, but that gives me the foundation where I'm having to do the sloppy brush work so that, you know, you can feel comfortable painting around the hood and the gorget because I'm not going to have to. But now I got to paint the beard. What color is his beard? He's kind of like a blondish, right? Yeah. He's blonde. I was hoping to get some color work done on the cloak. Well, I guess we could. It doesn't affect anything I'm doing here. Are you gonna stick or go? You gotta go, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, I can run it for a little bit. I want to put some color on the cloak real quick.
Okay. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Say bye, Jen. Jason telling chat we can't do something unreasonable. It's cute, honestly. What did I ask you not to do? Oh, blame Baby J when he's not here? I'm just telling you he'll come back in force, right? If he learns all this, you know what you're going to get from him, right? He's going to be mad. He'll start tyrannical Baby J again.
Plus, he's nice, and he wouldn't.
He's generally nice.
To sabotage me. Not myself.
He's generally nice. Don't give him too much credit. Those of you that know me know that when we start in with shadow colors on stuff, purple's always the first choice. You got to convince me the shadow shouldn't be purple. They kept some of the details fairly similar to the 30K one, and other ones not so much. I guess it wouldn't make sense to make the 40K one exactly like the 30K one. There's no purpose. But I do have to admit, I really like the 30K one's armor. Cloak's going to be green, just in case you're wondering. Those of you may have tuned in late. I I think technically we went against chat's wishes. I asked chat what they wanted, and I think chat voted black armor, or no, green armor, red cloak. But then somebody in chat had a very good argument for green cloak, red accents, black armor. Right? That's what we're doing. We started by painting the underside of the cloak with the kind of khaki, dusty white, you might call it. Did that with the airbrush. But we'll be doing the rest of the model with the brush. Reason for that, inside a cloak suck to paint on these complicated models where they have lots of folds and lots of spots where you see the inside of the cloak. So if you can get a nice smooth blend with the airbrush, I kind of use that as a, call it a triage decision, right? Make sure that I've got good coloring, good base blends on that area that's going to be really hard to maneuver a brush around in here later on. So I'll still highlight it and do the texturing with a brush, but it gives me a good base coat. Even though it's a fairly important part of the model, because from the front you're going to see more of that than you're going to see the back of the cape. But they really say, who's going to tell him? Well, I mean, you know I'll rat you out, chat. Because it's good conversation. Goes through you always thought the black armor Dark Angels looked way better. Yeah. The green is, I don't understand. I think that green has existed much longer than the idea of the black, because I think that, you know, a lot of these guys existed prior to the lore filling out. So that may be the case, right? The idea of heresy era colors post dates, you know, all of the rogue trader. Maybe. It may be a stretch. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like that's the right excuse to go with. Again, this dark purple is just a shadow base, so it doesn't have to be super smooth. You just want to make sure it's in all the deep recesses for everything. Oh, right there, I forgot the fill looks like. Even if I decide to do one layer of his tabard in red, which I may, since it's double layered like this, purple's still a great shadow base for red. So I'm not worried about it right now. I don't have to make that decision right now. It's a future me problem. This is Lion the Johnson. You're waiting for Magic the Gathering to have minis? I don't think that'll happen. I know they've had like miniatures of particular characters before, like action figures, or maybe not, maybe wrong word. But I remember at some point in time there were models you could get. Maybe is Jace sound like a thing?
Hey, somebody likes us.
Am I wrong there? Anybody else remember this stuff? I feel like that's a thing. But I'm old and I make mistakes, so who knows? Saw Vince paint a Magic the Gathering bust. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of 3D printable stuff, right? I wonder if there's any license, though. The main plane. Yeah, I thought it was the main Planeswalker, guys. Area like this gets sticky because I probably ought to paint the armor before I do much more on that area, but oops. Like I said, so many layered areas on this model. Neat model, but lots going on. So planning out what you're going to paint first and last and what's not going to interfere with the rest is very difficult here. Does anybody else play Noita? If I ask this question, I know I have. We've talked about it. It's one of my guilty pleasure video games. I don't play a lot of video games, but Noita is one that just when I started playing it grabbed me. Do we have any Noitas? Anybody been Noited? It's on your wish list. It's hard to not just come flat out and say it's like the best single player game ever made, but I also like Vampire Survivors for that. Although Vampire Survivors is more roguelike. Noita is just evil. Noita doesn't care. Seen those Shingles commercials? Shingles doesn't care. That's Noita. Noita doesn't care. I have been being Noita'd lately. Like great runs, just absolutely decimated by the stupidest crap in that game. Oh my god, drives me bananas. Noita is a game where when it's going great, you don't want to go to bed, you don't want to quit playing, and a game that when something invariably goes wrong, you never want to play it again. It's so horrible, and yet so great. If it's on your wish list, pick it up. It's a cheap game, man. It's like $14.95 or something like that, I think. It's fairly inexpensive, and it is worth 100 times its cost. in pain and pleasure. We just leave it purple and piss off all the purists. Lion the Johnson in his purple cloak. Noita, yeah, exactly, Ghost Hunter. Noita. A noitist? But then you asked if anybody's been noited. Yeah, I feel like if you've been noited, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, he had a Sarah Angel bust. That'd be cool. You played so much Vampire Survivors, you even restarted it on Xbox, like got rid of your save file or went from PC to Xbox? Vampire Survivors is awesome. But Noita is reigns supreme, in my opinion, for games if you want to have just spectacular highs and lows. Play something that is really, really difficult. That looks like it shouldn't be. Like it's not the kind of game that attracts me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Noita is a game where you are basically a wizard, right? Or a Noita. You're a wizard, and you levitate around with the jump key. You levitate around, and you are trying to get to the end boss, of course. And it appears like at the beginning, spoilers, it appears like at the beginning you're in like almost like an instanced environment that is just a big vertical shaft, right? You start at the top level at earth, ground level, and you go into the mines. And you go down this mine shaft into the mines. And when you're in the mines, there's like, beasties, crazy creatures and crap down there that throw hand grenades at you and spit acid at you and all sorts of crazy stuff. The monsters are all crazy. There's dudes that throw sticks of dynamite, guys with shotguns, humanoid stuff, blobs that float around, spiders, rats, the Hisi are some sort of organization, a la Cobra or something. The Hisi are there like trying to exploit the whole area, the mines, and dig up gold and things like that. And so you run into them. They're the guys that throw dynamite and stuff at you. And so they're all enemies. There's no friends. There are some spells that create friends for you, but everything's out to kill you. The environment's out to kill you. Everything is destructible. So everything is like a physics particle in the game, from the ground, and it's 2D, flat, like a platformer almost. And you just bounce around and you fly, and you find more wands, you find potions, and the idea is that in order to beat the bosses and go further down into the core of the earth, you have to continually find new wands. And the wands have slots, and a number of slots, and it's random. So all of it's RNG based. So you go on a run, you might find a bunch of wands that all have 2 slots, highly unuseful because you can't put enough spells on them to really be awesome. And then you might find a wand that has, 27 slots on it. So you can put 27 spells. Each slot will take a spell. And so you find the wands. The wands come with random spells on them. Some of those wands work pretty well when you find them. Most of them don't. They don't do anything worthwhile at all. Some of them will kill you. If you pick it up and press the button, it literally blows up and kills you because of the way the spells are arranged on the wand from like leftmost slot to rightmost slot. On most wands will dictate how it does its job. Like it starts from the left and casts this spell, then this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And there's modifiers and all sorts of stuff. So it's a cool game for building your wand. Your goal is to go find spells on wands and randomly, and you can buy them in the store. And then put them together in a wand that does amazing things. Because you can put spells in certain arrangements. The spells don't really tell you what they do all the time. So you just gotta play with it, and that'll kill you. So you'll die a lot just practicing building wand. But you go through this and build these wands. And lately I've been getting really good finds, really good wands. I've been finding a lot of health power-ups that increase your health. So I've been in really good positions. And then you'll get to like level 3 or 4, either Hisi base or the jungle, and just like step on a mine and blow up and not have any protection. It's so horrible, but so great. Panic Bomb is a fun game. You just haven't played too much. Yeah. Everything's out to kill you. Yes. It's literally your body wad. T. Schmidt says your bad influences are going to make me download another game. Noita is amazing. Yeah, what is your favorite Hellraiser film and why is it Noita, says Xenobond. That's kind of the way that game works. I would say go watch some of the videos on YouTube of people getting Noita'd, right? Of like, because even the best Noita run guys, the speed run guys and stuff, will have things on there like the worst way to end a run. And they'll have like this massively powerful thing. They'll be doing all this stuff, and they'll get polymorph. There'll be like 1 pixel on the screen that is polymorph potion, because like a polymorph potion bottle got blown up because the stuff's just in the world, and like if a monster shoots it, the potion bottle can blow up, and it can be acid. It can be very detrimental stuff to you. But polymorph is one of the most detrimental things, because if you get hit with polymorph potion, the standard polymorph turns you into a sheep. so you get sheeped. And if you're a sheep, you have 1 hit point. And so if you get sheeped in the midst of a combat arena, you're dead. You're just dead. And so there's been lots of times where you're having a really great run, and 1 little bitty pixel of polymorph potion will fall from the level above or whatever and hit you on your head and turn you into a sheep right when you're like facing there's like these ukos, the throw energy ball. There's all sorts of bad enemies in the game, right? So it's nuts. But yeah, you can get Noita very easily. And it is not good. It is not fun when you do so. So you generally play a game up to the point where you get blown up by something stupid you did, or something stupid that happened to you that was completely avoidable. It's generally completely avoidable, but it'll happen anyway. And then you'll sit there for about 30 minutes wondering if you're ever going to play again. And then, of course, you play again. Jen comes in and she's always like, how's your game? And she asks, you've heard her say it before. She asks like, are you gonna break things? It's so bad. All right, so now a little bit of jade. So purple into jade. This is not dark jade, just regular jade. As a base for green. Purple into jade is great. Right? Jade with just a little bit of thinning gives you a nice semi-opaque layer that, with the purple showing through, gives kind of a, what would we call it, an iridescent feel that then we can bring our green into and have a really nice backdrop for the color. So here I'll just kind of sketch out where I want the highlight to be. And because jade plays well in the spectrum of blue and green, it matches up very well with the purple, but will also let us run into everything into, I mean, you could even do like yellow-green over the top of this and have it be really good looking. So we're going to do more of a, I think, kind of a baseline neutral green. Not too blue, not too yellow, but we'll see. I may change my mind as we go. And I don't worry about being sketchy at this point because this isn't my final color. So it's just for getting hue and value on the model. It's brightening up the cloak a little bit in the areas I put it. But it's just really meant to shift the hue into a world of more green. You can see I've got it pretty runny, pretty thin. And that's all done with just the water on my brush. I'm not adding any water to the palette or anything. For those of you who don't know, I use a dry palette, just a piece of glass. So all of my thinning is done with the water on the brush rather than diluting the paint directly in most cases. Sometimes I'll dilute the paint if I know I'm going to just be glazing 100%. Generally not. Every contest you enter, every challenge you take on, your painting goes up a notch. Yeah, I mean that you would like to have that be what the competitions do, right? Is really kind of inspire you. You know, if you can get some good feedback when you enter into competitions, you know, one of the great things about like Nova Open is that all of the judges sit around and make themselves available to talk to people about their models afterwards, even in the Masters category. If there's time allotted, even, you know, the Masters category judges will even talk to people that they didn't judge their models in the lower categories and give pointers. That's not always guaranteed just because of the amount of time it takes to get through everything at Nova. But like last year, Eric Swinson and just off Volchek did all of the judging for the Masters, and it was great that they got a chance to talk to people about their entries. And but even if you're in like Vince Venturella did judging at Nova for I think intermediate stuff, and so it's always great to be able to have people that can speak intelligently, number one, you know, but in a way that is also thoughtful to help you understand, you know, where you may have not hit the mark or what you could have done better or where you should focus if your goal is to, you know, enter again the next year, or if you won and you want to move up to Masters in the next year, what do you need to be looking at changing in your style and such. So lots of good stuff there. Cheese and rice? Is that what is that? Again, you can see I'm not doing anything complicated here. It's legit just, you know, get some paint on there. Texture be damned. You can smooth all this out. If you want the smoothest blends on the planet, you're not worried about it. They'll come. At these early stages, you don't have to sweat that. Right? Just put paint on the model. Get brightness where brightness goes, darkness where darkness goes. Set up your hues so that you've got the underpinning colors that you want. You know, like I said, I think green is going to look really good with a jade and purple underpinning here. So I'm going that way. You might have chosen to do a brown here or a red or just a dark green. Any of those would have worked. And you can do them exactly the same way. But, you know me, I'm very partial to making sure that shadows, at least, dip into other hues. And a lot of times you'll find complementary colors if you're, looking at your color wheel, you look for complements that you can throw into the shadows and such, but they don't always have to be. Do what you want. Do what you want. That paint's really wet on the back, so we're going to move along to the hood. Make sure we don't overwork it too much. And pulling my paint from where I don't want it to where I do. Or I don't want it to be as bright in the shadows. I want it to be brighter out towards the front of the hood. So make my brush strokes go that direction. Leave some of that purple in the folds. Oh, it's a JC cheese and rice. I got it now. It makes sense to me now. Oh, my stomach wants some food. I'm being very bad with my eating habits lately. In that lunch, if we don't have like a lunch meeting, escapes me. I've been like, oh, it's noon. I need to build the lion for stream. What do I do? So I go get a cup of noodles or something, which, while being pseudo tasty from time to time, probably not the best thing for me to be focused on eating. All right. Harder to get up in here. I can't quite be as slap happy with the paint. Don't want to obliterate everything. Trying very hard not to get color on the inside of our cloak, but I probably will mess that up at some point along the way and forget what I'm doing. Right there. And you'll see me take off most of the paint on my thumb palette just so that, because I'm thinning with the water on the brush, I don't want to go to the model and have tons and tons of loose watery paint hit. You'll see, like, as I'm kind of doing my brush stroke, that squeegee effect as you reach the end of an area puts that little drop of the paint. So I want to come back in and pick that up. So I might wick my brush a little bit and then come back and hit that area again. So I'm not leaving big drip drops of color anywhere. Hopefully you can see how this will give us a really good underpinning for green, because the jade is starting to push into the world of green. And I'll probably, believe it or not, I might just attack this with regular green after the jade. Which may seem a little risky on paper, but I think it'll turn out really nice. Oh. As soon as I say I'll get crazy with the paint, I do. Murphy's Law kicking in there, folks. We're starting to define our values, with the folds in the cloth. Jade is not a super bright color, but it's bright enough to start overtaking the purple and showing where I want highlights to be. And this is one of the ways I prefer to paint, rather than going with a much brighter color real quick. I can do it with something that, while being brighter than the dark purple, doesn't just jump off the model 100%, and start setting up our shine. If we want, I don't know, I'm not trying to really make this like metallic cloth or, anything too crazy. Probably leave this stuff dark up in there. I got a little bit of jade on the purple, but that'll be more in shadow, so I like that. Looking pretty good. Then I can start using a little bit less water on my brush. This next pass. And because I haven't thinned the paint on the palette, right, I can always go back to the same vibrancy that I would get right out of the bottle, which is why you'll see me paint this way most of the time. I always have a control, so to speak, to go back to. I'm using a big brush, so I got to be careful because the number 6 will hold an absolute crap ton of water. So if I do want to get vibrancy, I have to make sure I get rid of most of the wetness off the brush before trying to go pick up paint. Should we see if I can medal at Monty? I haven't been interested in painting competitions in decades. Right? I wasn't interested at Golden Demon, but all the guys were like, making bets and I say forcing. They verbally abused me and twisted my arm that way, but nobody forced me to. I don't like painting competitions. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I tell you all the time. I don't like the concept of best painter, because it's super subjective. And if your style doesn't match the style that's in vogue at the time, you may or may not, get the kind of attention to your piece that you are looking for, which is, neither here nor there. I get it. The easiest conversation to have is with someone that's like, hey, if you enter this competition with no non-metallic metal, do you even stand a chance? And can you do it with metallic paint? And the answer should always be, of course you can. It's just you're going to have to really work that metallic paint in order to get the judges to pay attention. And that's fair, right? Certain styles work better for certain things, and if you don't have the ability to perform that style, but it shouldn't be a requisite, right? It shouldn't be that that's just what you have to do. And I'm not saying that there's shows like that. I think that Monty and the European shows do a very good job, especially, of making sure that there is a rubric set up, and as long as you can work to the rubric, you get, a prize at the level of that rubric, right? So same with Nova. Nova uses that same open format where, the judging standard is open to everybody to understand, and if you hit the things that will medal, you get a medal. Right, so there's a lot of silver and bronze, and in some categories there's not a silver because the only people that hit silver made it all the way to gold, so they can be bronze and then gold, and no silver medals. Because each one of those has a level of quality in your painting and use of color and all the things they've set up on the rubric that has to be achieved. And as long as you achieve that, you'll hit the goal. You'll walk away with your bronze, silver, gold. That I like more, right? But like anything, judging is always subjective as to whether or not you even hit the rubric. So as long as you've got good judges, then you can feel comfortable going in and doing it. So if there ever was one that you found me wanting to do, it would probably be something like, the International Model Show or Monty. Okay, so we're setting up good texture, getting our values on there. Oh, my brush is too dry. There we go. Insta, what's going on? Your largest problem is so hard to cook for just one person. What are we talking about? You tend to go overboard and then you're eating leftovers for the next week? That's always difficult, right? Even with two people, for Jen and I, it's hard. That's looking pretty good. Already got some texture built up. I'm liking it. The head we got in one. Such a small area, I didn't really need a second coat. We'll go ahead and go a little bit here at the top. really need much there. I'm trying to make sure I got it all. The fur catches me because I feel like I should be seeing Cloak, and I do. It's like up underneath there, isn't it? Rats. Do I still have some purple? Yes. See, I knew it, that there's Cloak up here too. Good, my other brain cell kicked in before I decided that that was over. What's this? I'm gonna say that's Cloak too. It may not be, but it is on this one. We'll just wet blend some jade in there, since we're moving quick on this. So we'll just kind of take a little bit of the jade and not put so much water in it, since we know we've already got the wetness of the purple there. It's sloppy, down and dirty here. You like the idea of competitions where if you paint to the standard, you get a medal? Yeah, exactly, the open format. Yep. Is there an undercoat you recommend for rich gold super bleeder? Painting up some Stormcast with box art color scheme. I don't know the box art right off the gates. That'll throw me, right? Because I would typically tell you to start with, you know, something that is a little cooler. Purples, blues, but they don't, right? The gold on the box art is typically from GW going to be all warm. So, you know, warm brown is a great place to start when that's the case. You know, don't be afraid to use colors that are not metallic to base for metallic colors. Okay? That works really, really well. So I like dark golden brown. Warm brown. The umbers are a little cool, but they're great for golds. If you want to get super brave, you can then airbrush your first layer of metallic over that so that you can control the opacity of the metallic a little better. Right? Metallics are a little tougher to glaze on the brush, but definitely doable. You could do you could do like what I'm doing here. You could do purple and then do the metallic glazed with the brush over the top and get some really cool stuff going on. Depends on how crazy you want to get. Again, if you're matching box art, they don't do that stuff on the box art, so it's probably irrelevant. They just start with metallic and then paint more metallic. And then at the end, more metallic. Let's do one coat of green so you can see what's going on, and then we'll break and pick it up again tomorrow. Like I said, we're just using green. Green, that's the next color because the cloak wants to be green. So green it is. If we don't like the way the green color and hue matches with the rest of the model, we can glaze over the top, but green is going to give us a good value. It's going to punch and let this this jade really become an awesome mid-tone for us. And then we can kind of determine where we want to take our highlight into like bright yellow green, faded green, you know, do we want to desaturate it? Green's just a really good kind of middle of the ground color. It leans maybe a little more yellow than blue, but I find that it centers itself pretty well, right? Like that. Right? Definitely against a jade, it's going to look more yellow. Right? But up against our yellow greens, it's pretty much true center green. Not like a phthalo or something that's going to show you a lot of blue. Here, I don't want to be quite as messy with my application, but I'm also not 100% concerned with it because we'll still be doing highlights. We can still come up over the top of this whole thing and blend. I'm going to start by just punching it into the highest spots. Again, a little bit, I'm using a big number 6 brush, so a little bit of water on the brush goes a long way. towards getting the opacity then where I want it. Green Mountain, what's going on? Again, keeping that first coat thin allows you to play around with the color, not really intrude too much on your base layers. See how it sets up. You can be semi-non-committal this way. That makes sense? Putting in some texture into it. Following right along where we were doing it last time. Can't get a flight work gate? That sucks. I look because I'm not going, obviously. Well, I'm not there now. But the matter of fact, I think the vendor hall just opened up. But the flights from here, I was looking at maybe going out for like a quick Saturday jaunt. Maybe have dinner Saturday night, fly back Sunday or something like that. But I looked at flights and I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. They have a spectacular team, so they'll do great. They don't need me, but it's always fun to go hang out with people. It's a chance. All the shows I miss out on always suck. I don't miss very many, but I got so much to do. I have to get these colors formulated this week and weekend for the next 16 colors coming out, or we won't hit our timeline. You guys have a vendor? We are Green Mountain. Monument's there. Our whole, well, I say our whole team. We got a team of 5 people there. We're about, how many are we at? 20 here at the office? So 5 of 20 are at LVO right now. Jen and I did not go to LVO this year. Mechanic, yeah, we've got 16 new colors coming in March for Adepticon pre-release. I say pre-release. If you go to Adepticon, you'll be able to buy them. and walk away with the paints. But it is kind of a pre-release. We are not going to general public worldwide release on those colors until April, late April, May. So a little bit different than what we normally do, just for release schedule timing. But we'll have the artist at Adepticon with us, hanging out at the booth. We'll be naming those, or maybe we won't. It might just be a surprise at Adepticon of who it is. That would be fun. I don't know that we can have everybody keep that secret, but we'll see. I like that. That's starting to look good. "16 Shades Intense of Olive Drab." Yes. No. Wait. What's the answer? What I'm doing right now is pretty simple. It's literally just green thin over the top of the jade and the purple. There's been no mixing, no blending, no nothing. This is just straight colors out of the pot. Super easy. Just a great color combo. In the strong lights, wet paint looks like a raincoat. Yeah, right now it has that kind of shine to it because I'm thinning it so much. Anytime you break the paint down by thinning it as much as I am for these kind of glaze layers, it'll start to satin out. You know, the matte will break, so to speak. Gabe is calling. Jen, are you watching? Can you call Gabe? Is Jen watching? Is Jen in chat? Do we know? I may have to break here and take care of that if she's not in chat. I don't have. Oh, maybe I can send her a text. Gabe's not here, man. Messages. I need to write a message, or I can just go to Jen. Can I send a message? And you call Gabe, please. Pleads? No, not pleads. Please. Time to watch Up in Smoke. Cheech and Chong. You a Cheech and Chong fan? I feel like my parents like Cheech and Chong. I never really got into it. Some of the movies were funny. Ghost Hunter, that's a whole goal. Yeah, is kind of the iridescence of it, right? because if you go with the purple, the jade, and then lightly glaze the green on, then all of your mid-tone and shadow colors, even after we go with a brighter opaque highlight coloring, will have that shift from blue, yellowy, reds with the purple, right? We've got a lot going on here. And so it gives it a really nice hue shift capability without having to use funky hue shift paints, right? Because it has that iridescence. You know, if we catch it in like that light right there is pretty good. Because the shadows don't sit super stark with the purple because they go into that weird bluish jade that we have. And we're not really seeing the full impact of green yet, right? This is the color we're painting right now, right? Because I'm doing it thin, the jade is still giving us a lot of blue to it and pushing everything into a more blue arena. And then I'll start going less and less diluted with the green, and that will bring out the yellow, is the goal. Hang on. Oh, well, my phone just died, or my watch just died. Oh, huzzah. You'll track time for us. I can see it on the computer. The Velveteen Primarch. Just give us, I just, you know, especially with cloaks, I hate to just do things that are like, you know, just plain, right? I think that, you know, we'll use this kind of cream colored, dirty white inside of the cloak will be cool. But in order to really make that not super bland, you know, being able to mesh it with the color changing kind of iridescent green, I think will be good. It won't be as iridescent looking or, you know, candy looking or any of that when we're done, because we will start matting it down by not thinning the paint as much. The green layer that I do next will be more opaque so that we can really start pulling out the yellowness of the green and stuff like that. So we'll start blending the textures with, we'll use the airbrush to blend in some of the textures that we've done at the end once we do a couple more layers on it. But I'm very happy with where that's going. I think that in tune with the black armor will look really good, right? So the idea is black armor, bronze trim, the kind of, you know, creamy white inside of the cloak that we've got going on, and then red accent colors like the wings on the angel symbol, the keys on the knee, all that stuff we'll do in like red and white, like a pure, more of a pure white. This gives us a good start. We'll have him be a little bit brighter than our 30K one, right? Because our 30K one, all of our 30K Dark Angels are you know, very desaturated, even though there's a lot of metallic on them, but they're very desaturated. So totally different looking model this time around. It'll be brighter. I haven't done any 40K Primarchs. I think we painted part of Magnus and part of Mortarion at one point in time. I didn't ever paint Gilman. He's got too much frilly nonsense gilding on his armor for me to be interested in it, unfortunately. Oh yeah, that forest walk thing, right? He can like walk through the warp or something. I haven't read the story behind it, but I've kind of saw something about it. You like pick him up and put him somewhere else on the table or something like that? Or does he get to deep strike for it? I don't know. You're waiting for a cool Primarch? I think that, I mean, the Lion, I think, from a standpoint of a model is really bitching. I think that, again, it becomes a little bit of a struggle for me because the Chaos ones are so enormous and over the top. And then these guys are not. So, they're just normal dude style, a little bit taller, right? But that part's a little bit funky, but it's cool. Awesome, Baka. Well, we'll be working on it again tomorrow when we do the stream. I'll start with the cloak and get that to a point where I'm happy with it. We probably, like normal, I won't do any final highlighting on anything until I start seeing the armor come together. That's the next big part to start hitting, is get the black armor to a spot I like, because we're going to do the black armor with a lot of these same colors. The black armor might look really good with like dark jade, dark purple kind of accents in the shadows, but we are going to do a true black. I'm not, we might like shift it a little bit into the green hues, but I don't know. I'll play around with it and see. Right now I'm really happy with this, and I think a good, solid black would look nice. But yeah, we'll continue to work on the cape tomorrow. Avian, thank you guys for hanging out. Paint Liquor, thank you as well. Again, for everybody that's hung out with us, thank you for joining us. If you're new around here, please hit that follow button. And we stream 5 days a week, so you can sign up for the alerts for that. Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We went about an hour and a half late today. But Monday through Friday, you can catch us. Great place to come and just ask questions about general painting stuff or specific stuff about Monument products. If you would like to get yourself some Monument products, I will type those links out here. You can either go to our store directly at monumenthobbies.com, or you can go and check out the FLGS link there that will help you find a store closer by you, especially if you're international. You don't have to pay for shipping direct from the United States. We have stores all over the planet, so you can find somebody closer to you that has a website, PK Pro, Element Games, places like that. And that way you can get it quicker. And all that. Repray, stop lying. I never lied in my life. And then, of course, the Discord link, so you can come join the community there, and the YouTube link, where you can go check out all these videos after they get posted. Now, they'll be a little bit behind because Gabe, of course, our producer and content extraordinaire guy for YouTube, is off at LVO right now. So as another reminder, if you are going to LVO, or if you're in the Vegas area all the time anyway, just stop by the LVO vendor hall, and we are there in force. We've got a 20-foot booth with all of the products that you can get. We've got bags and all the paints and brushes and just about everything. The new texture trainer is there at the show. So if you are going to LVO or have friends there, you can get them to pick you up some stuff and bring it back for you. Again, there you go. 3,000 amazing artists and Ghost Hunter on the Discord. There you go. It's over 3,000 now, right? We are over power level 3,000. Tons and tons of artists over on the Discord. Great community to join in on. Great for inspiration, really bad jokes, and pet picks. So they also talk food from time to time. So there you go. 3,000 in the both of us, says Baka. So again, thank you so much. Stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid for some more hobby stuff as you go off into your night. Have a wonderful evening. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for the weekend or on Friday. Adios, gang. I'm out.